Kent, good to see you.
Good to be here.
And Matt Hunoval with the Hunoval Law Firm. And just to start out, wanted to see if you could just talk to me a little bit about yourself and your background with Keller Williams and what you do at Keller Williams.
Gotcha. Kent Temple, Keller Williams for 9 years, my whole real estate career. Have a mega team, so I know a lot about closings. I'm also an investor in several market centers. There's a couple that I'm actually the managing partner of that, I have to choose things and what we bring in our offices.
Okay, and aside from having the teams and the offices, you get out and about, understand, a world famous speaker.
I do that. They invite me to teach places now and then. I go around the Carolinas a lot. I taught about 48 days last year, Florida, Texas, Virginia, in addition to the Carolinas. So I get around a little bit and teach some different real estate classes.
All right. Well, my firm has been embedded and has subleased a space from your university office.
Yes, in Charlotte. Yes,
in Charlotte since June of 2013, and I just wanted to get your comments on sort of your thought process on what led up to that.
Well, so my thought has always been it's great to have any affiliation with an in-house attorney that you can have. I highly recommend having that affiliation. It just gives you so many advantages when you have somebody in-house, and as we all know how important the paralegal is, and having a paralegal here on a regular basis that's there for questions and answers. So the relationship just with any attorney is phenomenal to have. It's a great resource for your agents. It's actually something that helps us recruit and retain agents, is having that in-house they don't have to go out to.
Right.
So overall, that would be just the experience with attorneys in general.
Right. And us in particular, and so, the virtual closing piece,
yeah.
which...
So when we decided to do something different, it had all the elements that we had with previous experiences we had with other attorneys in having that presence and everything. What this has given us now, we like to think of ourselves as cutting edge. We think that we are leading the market. And being in Charlotte, which is the largest market in the Carolinas, we want to be the trendsetter. With the virtual closing, it's amazing the versatility that it's given us. I mean, we all know what it's like as an agent when you go out, and the first thing you do is you spend 30 minutes driving to the attorney's office from your office, and you have a closing, and then you leave, and then you spend another 30 minutes at some point going back to pick up checks. You're doing all these different things. By doing this virtually in-house, we've eliminated all the travel time. Mm-hmm. So now they've got more time. The great thing about the virtual part is no one's traveling except just the clients. If we have a 10 o'clock closing schedule, it happens at 10 o'clock, and the 11 happens at 11, and the 12 at 12. It's put everything on a schedule and given everybody control of their time. Mm-hmm. Then once the closing's taking place, guess what? Checks are cut right in-house. So everybody's getting paid quicker. Mm-hmm. It's making everybody in our office happy. There's nothing that's happening. We got agents coming in from all the other companies. They're coming in, they're seeing the technology that we have, and they're going, wow, check that out. And all of a sudden, it's given us a great recruiting piece to bring people in. They're actually coming to us and seeing what we have. The other thing is I'm seeing more and more people are younger and younger when they're buying houses. Everybody 35 and under completely gets this technology. That they're all about it. And now that's going to become 5 years from now, we're going to laugh that we're talking about this. Because 5 years from now, this is going to be the way you do things. It's going to be the norm, and people would say, what do you mean you should drive to go to a closing to the attorney's office? Well, it won't even exist anymore.
Yeah. And Kent, on that point, I use the analogy of the first time you bought that book or DVD or CD off of Amazon as versus going to Barnes & Noble. And that's, I use it all the time. And the first time you're putting in your information, your credit card number, and that mouse is hovering over buy it now, you have that little hesitation. But then once you hit that buy it now, and the book or DVD or CD arrives at your doorstep 2 days later, how many more times are you going to go back to Barnes & Noble?
100%.
Right.
100%. It's the old way is going to go the same way that Blockbuster has gone, and no longer exists.
Right. Well, since we have been in-house, the time savings, of course, to your agents means a better focus on revenue generating activities, listing houses, showing buyers around. What about any other benefits like risk exposure reduction?
So there's a couple other benefits. Well, first off, we're in a relationship where you guys are actually subleasing space from us. Well, guess where that money goes? Straight to profit share. Well, we're saving our agents a couple hours of time every time. That makes our agents more productive. which adds to profit share.
Mhm.
Then you look at the other side, you know what, there's no need, we don't ever have to get any kind of power of attorneys anymore.
That's
We've
right.
taken the risk completely away for that. There is no risk, there is no exposure for those things anymore because everything is so controlled right here within our four walls.
Right.
And
So-
we love that.
So especially if you've got a remote buyer moving into town or buying a second home, we can set this up so that they are actually signing the documents and that your agents then are not having that exposure and the realty itself
Is out. Yeah.
is out.
Well, and I hate to steal your thunder, but you know, you can actually, just because we've got people here and we've got somebody on that screen, we can put more than one person on that screen.
Right.
Not everyone has to be in the same location. Ultimately, it might be that no one goes to an office,
Right.
and it's all done remotely.
Right.
There's no telling where this technology is going to take us. I just know that we're going to be there first.
Right.